Scars of the Past. Collected Poems. By Alfred Vassallo. Preface. The past is a foreign country, they do things differently there. So wrote J.P. Hartley in his book The Go-Between. The past indicates the totality of events that occurred before a given point in time. Scars of the past is balanced with and defined by the present. Scars are pains of wounds, pains of love, pains of mourning, and self-inflicted pains. These poems were written under such pains. Scars of the past. Painful wounds climb my body regularly, like hungry snails climbing vegetation, giving the heart and mind no relief of peace. Every strike of pain feels like mutilation. My scars is a constant reminder of the past, affirming my mind that it was alarmingly real, recalling episodes never to be forgotten. Hiding behind alcohol makes it less than ideal. Glorious pains give strength to forget all. Send in the assistance of Alzheimer's disease. I wish wholeheartedly to escape all memories, good or bad, it doesn't matter to me please. Scars of the past so distressingly visible, I live out one, neglected, and miserable. Forget me, yes. Dark episodes of life are past and gone, the shades of distinguished shadows appear. I remember well, I remember all, I was there. The scars of my past draws painstakingly near. My weary and feeble body I put to bed, for an appreciated and congenial rest, so in sleep the mind vanquish all that was, yet with constant dreaming I'm repressed. To keep my mind safe from recurring memories, to secure safe environment from all my fears, I consume too much alcohol, perchance not to dream, until hopefully and optimistically morning appears. I remember well, I remember all, I was there, the scars of my past draws painstakingly near. The past. In acrostic form. The past is another country, having lived differently there, embracing my wicked century. Past is the place where my apathy lived, among drunkards, hoodlums, and whores. Subsequently my soul was completely deceived, tackling animosity which ended in strenuous sores. Scars of yesterday. In triolate form. Scars upon the heart forever recalled, vigorous are the growing pains within, with haste a cure must be installed. Scars upon the heart forever recalled, the persisting memories stood appalled, heartbreaking pitiful cry, of a violin. Scars upon the heart forever recalled, vigorous are the growing pains within. Kiss of death. In senryu form. Comfortable coffin, still body fitted inside, cloak and dagger. Damned thoughts. Destruction of my mind very near, hopes remain, alas they are futile, damn the conscience of recovery, I will never again give a smile? Would I ever give a smile? Demons caused me to hope, the evil days descending, cast me off I have no scope. The future of hope swiftly descending, collapsing, subsiding, weakening, almost dying. Destructive of my mind near, I shall face it, I hold no fear. Recurring episodes. Morning breaks and the stars unseen, a distant call sounding for me. May no wretched news waiting my ears, from abnormalities which cannot set me free. Such uncertainties moving my way, to lull the comfort of normal living, to draw from the heart deep commotions, for only me who has no misgiving. Sun sets and a fresh moon appears, after the dark nightmarish episodes reappear, there be much anger within my heart, as I embark on a journey of irrational fear. The night commences with disgrace engaging with lewdness face to face. No crying at my wake. Emotions will break, the mouths shall sing, no crying at my wake, it's a feast fit for a king. Some grieve others having a ball, whatever will be, praising my name and call. Hoping happiness waiting for me. For I will never again see the sun, neither will I ever be blessed, for the damage is done, and all my love repressed. As a ghost I'll watch and wait, the candle of death burning bright, until I find the way to my gate, hoping with the Master I shall unite. Keeping the faith. Obtaining sight for visionless eyes, the wings of love will flap and rise, with the days of glory gone, I shall rest between dusk and dawn. Walking towards the dispersed way of repose, it leads me to the way for perpetual pose, crossing the bridge of life no longer necessary, for 6 feet under shall be my sanctuary. Time on earth was frivolous and superficial, what I expected became sordid and artificial, wishful thinking laughed at my face, I reached the ultimate height of disgrace. In distress I eagerly fought for my release, hoping to conquer and end with ease. High performance. In high form. The sun bedazzled brightly. Far up, the eagle rocketed. On top of the world. The Executioner's Song. In triolet form. Together birds of same feather flock, the condemned prisoner faces the music. The executioner keeps eye on the clock. Together birds of same feather flock, his accomplice is hiding in shock, avoiding punishment is no picnic. Together birds of same feather flock, the condemned prisoner faces the music. Escapade. In senryu form. Slimy path of the snail, long is the route to freedom, nowhere to hide. To dream and wake up. From the grave I heard my voice, I listened carefully, I had no choice. Approaching me a lady in black veil, she had small horns and little tail. Smiling she handed me a black rose, she was death giving me a calm repose. She gave no fears, instead comfort and relief, closing my eyes I breathe a sigh of relief. I woke up to face another depressing day, in disappointment I cried my eyes away. Wasted summer. The summer of frivolity passed in haste, wine, women and sex gone to waste. What a bloody shame, time to forget, the countless faults in an entangled net. The summer of flirting passed quickly, it was a time of toying from beat to bee. Wishful thinking. Free from pain and sorrow, engaged in love of tomorrow, yesterday the heart agonized, today the mind analyzed. Tomorrow's love should be fruitful, swallowing joy, spoonful after spoonful, the veil of happiness intervenes with pain, for there's no place for sorrow again. As always a cause of wishful thinking, for the sound of alarming bells ringing. Nations in need. In senryu form. The army recruiting, ferocious battles ahead, appointment with death. Thinking aloud. In acrostic form. The fresh breeze might cleanse the heart, having a soiled heart forever in jeopardy, in time of confusion understanding needed, notwithstanding the aggression of hate. Killing thy neighbor a way of living, inciting jealousy, inflames the cause, negative decisions controls wickedness, giving time, we all suffer the consequences. Aloud I cry for unity of the hearts, live, love and long for your friends, out of the box thinking in positive way, undo the errors of the past, destroying hate is a must. Leaving no stone unturned. Everything in me goes blank, nobody cares about me, not even myself, solitude is murdering me, searching for the right way not found, loud shouts I yelled, nobody heard, I beg for kindness, received none, my prayers fell on deaf ears. Never realize the pains of impossibility, living in a world of fantasy, stuffed with equivocal and unstable memories. No matter how much time passes, the last wheel turns the wrong way, rotates toward the end of hell. To live in a fantastic illusion, filled with doubts and skepticism, anxiously, tormented, all suffering, without happiness and heartless. Nonsense of a doolally man. The moon shines at noon, the sun turned the evening stars red, the butterfly changed into a moth. The hen laid a square egg. The duck got fucked in the water, the dove ate spaghetti, the colorless turkey on hunger strike. The donkey screamed. The horse wanked itself before everyone. The pregnant cow issued a statement. The sheep slept on the rocks. The old woman made love to a dog. The gay man chopped his cock with a small axe. The lesbian fell in love with a parrot. I went bananas and slipped. The fly swallowed a pigeon's egg. The grasshopper had a glass of wine. The turtle ran for its life. The sausage made friends with blood puddings. Ring a Rosie, I'm not feeling cozy, in fact I am completely mad. Match of the day. The ball hit the post, the cock entered swiftly, the legs opened wide, everything thrifty. The ball hit the net, the cock wanted to sleep, the tits pops out again. The sweating pussy bleep. The time elapsed and the match ended, the cock got soaked once more, the pussy closed its eyes, the result was, cock 1 pussy 4. Beauty. Like a dream that is not desired, one after the other the white roses smile, the bank filled with beautiful emotions, while I permit myself devotion of pure beauty. Love looked at me, my heart gave way and became its slave. I was in the dark, I appreciated nothing, once in the light I started a new life, the beauty of grace conquered me, for I am poor and controlling, the infinite attraction is free, prosperity gives me true joy, as beauty convinces me with sweet aroma of natural emotions. Crossing the horizon. Crossing the horizon, searching for land of dreams and illusion, the thousands of birds sing, in confusion one shall find a solution. Invaders with dark and fair hair, the fever of the hearts sustain, some goes to seek a fortune, some will find love and pain. At night the dreams elaborate, the illusion of pleasure multiply, darkness produces the right aura, every soul shall comply. The land fills with kisses of passion, lust won't stay hidden anymore, the thousands of voices sing, frolic and gaiety forevermore. Then tiredness sets in boredom, indifference grows within the heart, envy distorts reality and its fun, criminality would have its start. The Jones belongs to the Smiths, fidelity loses its earnest meaning, the thousands of voices fall silent, the hearts surrender with no feeling. Once again crossing the horizon, searching for new land of illusion and dreams. The thousands of birds begin to sing, peace of mind, like old times, it seems. Demonic reflection. Around the bonfire singing, taking for granted the ambience, filled with many transparent view, without substance, without purpose. In addition blazing fire keeps warmth, drinking a cool beer, in absurdity trying to forget, the peace shall divide, allowing no explanations. While contemplating, the strong fire of burning wood, topless women performing dance of death, devilish images with flames, flown to heaven to tease God, located far away from our hearts, looking down at Satan's pit. Lyrics from a lover. I'm thrilled and elated, I could fly, I'm returning back into your arms, in my mouth a song I sing to you, for you are the mistress of charms. Only for you my love lifts, you will no longer be sad. I love you more than I can tell, for you my mind is hopping mad. From afar I hear your voice calling, that majestic voice I adore so much, it penetrates into my heart and remains, all it needs is the finishing touch. These words of love I sing endlessly, until my excited heart sighs for you, my most beautiful lyrics I pen down, with words it's so difficult to construe. Whispering tongue. From under the tongue words define, with pleasant vocabulary and tune, huge are the trees from the roots. Roots giving strength to a tune. From under the tongue words are heard, with painful sobbing wholeheartedly, from under the tongue sharp words ringing, loneliness breaks the perfect silence candidly. From under the tongue cold words said, flowing from a mouth of frozen lips, with unspeakable morbid language, communicating into total eclipse. To retreat in style. I bid farewell to bad old days, I must leave them behind suppressed, the scars of the past wiped out, with days to come unstressed. I will not go too far away, somewhere safe and there to stay, with tenderness in my heart, I shall enjoy my life every day. I will be able to forget my troubles, landing on a beautiful land alone. By night I reflect on the stars, in the morning I shall atone. I try to remember some days, those sober days without strife, with some of the love I cherished, that kept holding to my sane life. I bid farewell to misdemeanors, those which made me very weak, where all I had was lot in transgression, to heal the heart a fitting cure I seek. Weak-mindedness. In triolate form. The conscience mind gives fruitful regards, sending the right signals to an upright living. Building solid structure unlike the house of cards. The conscience mind gives fruitful regards, ignorance and stupidity in need of guards, therefore there shall be no misgiving. The conscience mind gives fruitful regards, sending the right signals to an upright living. Slave. I feel like birds flying against wind, striving to acquire absolute liberty, to free myself from corroded chains. I cannot speak my mouth in captivity. Where is the freedom of my heart? Time rewarded me with setbacks, the guilt surrounding me a mass, with unconnected behavior acts. I am saddened and depressed, veil of tears fill a bucket or two, tranquility of the mind died, the imbalance of the heart anew. When love mellows and die, innocence gone never to return, the many memories of love intact, I left my heart in a hidden place. Courage and morale lacked. I'll never be able to forget the beautiful love I once retained, like the unique star of Bethlehem, twinkled once never maintained. In time all went silent, the moonless sky laughs at me, the sweetest and dearest death, I call it to set me free. I saw all hopes and sobbed, above the roofs of inequity, even they were without comfort, discarded me alone without pity. Love mellowed and died, bread and butter were missing, wine prevailed and exhausted me, I was left devoid of kissing. Jealousy inhabited when I see love, watch lovers in their fullest passion, the doors of satisfaction closed, shorn of demeanor and reaction. In all the years of life I survived, hindrance and uncertainties were there, now sad and alone I contemplate, in trance I only listen and stare. Why did I die in the midst of love? Why am I crucified by what's above? The Bridge of Doubt. My heart dancing the tango of morbidity, with a finale symphony of life so cruel, at one moment, I share the bridge with mediocrity, separating light from darkness, from the good and the bad, from cowardice and confusion. My body, my mind administer pathos, now death does not opposing the distance, which lies somewhere unknown, by the final path of my ultimate destination. New destination where vision and sound clash, without direction I strolled into the darkest moment of humanity. Lack of confidence, amongst dubious surroundings, all merging to find the mystery of my sort of life, transmitting nothing not my point of view. The dark and mysterious region, the macabre situation to believe or not to believe, depending on my illusion to reality, fighting the essence or fear, was all part of my death. Frankie's Day Out. In limerick form. On a pair of clutches Frankie hobbled inside, huffing and puffing he had nothing to hide, waiting room filled, with ailments distilled, sat by a woman who became his bride. Tooth for a tooth. The moon shines in silence on summer nights, the little stars scattered here and there, stillness pierced the heart of innocence, somewhere dead, drained in blood. The killer smiles, smirking sarcastically, in revenge satisfied, wipes the knife from drops of blood, leaving contented, unashamed yet condemned. It had been long time to wait, from the day his son died, by a car driven by the drunken driver, now also dead. Tooth for tooth, yet murder is murder, with justified reasons. No one should take over the law. We are not like animals without morality. Lost and found. In hell, with a forced smile, looking around, there and beyond, trying to locate her, she, who condemned me here, surely she inhabits this abyss, frightened, concealed in some corner, alone. Turning a blind eye, I will not, seeing her, standing by a wall, embarrassed, unclothed, in the darkness of the place called hell. I heard, the moans, her moans, unsatisfied from fucking my life, under the illusion of love, with me and the other, never contented. I said, "Hi confused woman, find any happiness yet? Are you lost again, like yesterday, today and tomorrow?" Turning a blind eye, I will not, I saw, I heard, I spoke, I want more, I need retribution, I need peace of mind. To be a king. In triolate form. The king of a fruitful land, his wisdom provides justice every day, lives depend on his generous hand. The king of a fruitful land, the economy and law well planned, his resourcefulness goes a long way. The king of a fruitful land, his wisdom provides justice every day. Slug pellets needed. In haiku form. The snail slowly climbs, the fruit wave with a slight breeze, the farmer blasphemes. End of the road. Coming to the end of a weary long road, the deeds and cruelty shall flee away, nothing I can do, mend or cure, having only to wait for judgment day. Coming to the end of an exhausted life, to leave for eternity in a doomed grave, where I shall hopefully meet no misfortunes, for I cannot do, mend, cure and save. Coming to the end of depressed life, the years lived were dispirited and hard, my soul will scamper unwarranted, while my bones buried in the churchyard. I know not. I do not know the exact time when a new love approaches, to fulfill my sad heart and incise it with contentment. The old cruel love died, waiting for something precious. To fulfill my sad heart and incise it with contentment, I do not know the day when another faithful heart comes my way. I am waiting anxiously on tiptoes for the happy announcement. I do not know the day when another faithful heart comes my way, looking for the lady who will give me remission and relief, hoping she'll be faithful, honest and pleasant. I solemnly pray. I respectfully and earnestly trust my belief, to replace a favorable word with grief. Black bikini. She wears a brief black bikini on the pale skin, blacker than the darkness of the night, darker than the darkness in her heart, joyful are the eyes with that sight. She wears a brief black bikini on the beach, she lies on the hot sand basking in the sun, tanning the white skin to improve the image. The lustful men scrutinize her one by one. She wears a brief black bikini sitting by the pool, on a deck chair with a long drink in the hand. The waiters cannot keep their eyes away from her, so does the eyes of the singer playing with the band. She wears a brief black bikini on the pale skin, even now that she had become old and a has-been. Devoid of a heart. Lend me your heart, mine is soiled, loan it to me for an hour or two, give your heart for mine is toiled, I'll return it back, this is a promise, I do. Without the heart I can't envisage the mess, if without your heart you feel so much distress, I'll be careful, I don't want you to digress, with your life I need help, give it to me, I have nothing left, no love, no hate, I confess. Your love with mine. Give me your love, I'll cherish it, don't hesitate if you want my love, contribute your heart to my heart, together they'll fit like a glove. Give me your love, I'll protect it forever, I keep it safe from adulterers' motives, I'll secure you in a pleasant place of love, it will be safeguarded by love's explosives. Give me your love, I will give you mine, together, forever, with a family, happily, we'll grow old, wiser and for the better, the new descendants search our family. Nature on earth. With nature on earth I share with buoyancy, as birds resting on branches, in an instant they fly, The monkeys jump from tree to tree, creatures wild and domestic, great and small beautify. How joyful are the deer as they swiftly roam the forest, the sun, the moon and the stars decorate the marvelous sky, the dolphins, the whales and the sharks loving the homely sea, the cows, the goats and the sheep for man they multiply. The evergreens, bushes, plants and flowers glamorize the outdoors, on fields, valleys and on mountains the best atmosphere flourish, with rains of joy, love, and gaiety the world rotates peacefully. The grasshoppers, the caterpillars, the snails and the ants nourish. With nature, men, women, and children give their best to comply, having talented aptitude to destroy, maim, kill, scream and die. Born to die. Like flowers, life is short-lived. Once they bloom, fade and die, our body matures and terminate, without warning, devoid of a cry. The warning not conspicuous. Yesterday we laughed a minute, today for the moon we cry, tomorrow we curl up and die. Cassandra, the ultimate angel messenger of death, her voice shall be heard loudly and must be obeyed, it will shake the foundation of our miserable lives, she comes for what she is owed and gets paid. Crying over spilled milk will not benefit, we are born to die, when time seems fit. A nocturne of love. I shall borrow a ray of sunshine, for your beautiful black hair, it makes an alluring contrast, not to be waved off by the air. I shall buy a bucketful of rain, to wash your seductive face, it cleanses traces of sadness, nothing will take its place. I shall hire some flames of fire, its heat will comfort your heart, enduring love shall bestow it, hoping to become my sweetheart. I shall conquer happiness and respect, to give to you with gracefulness, matching your cultivated character, both our hearts shares comeliness. Beautiful love. In triolet form. In love the heart always wins, the kisses will flow on every face, the fairy story then begins. In love the heart always wins, guarding one another against sins, let nothing tarnish and deface. In love the heart always wins, will kisses flow on every face? May I fall in love? The cold winter arrived, made my body shiver, temperatures below zero, I needed extreme warmth, the fire needed coal, for the flames to glow, in coldness I can't fall in love, my heart rejects affection, as the immensity of the freeze absorb. To fall in love, I must become warm and amiable, something special needs to come, thinking of benevolence, to discover amorous moods, hoping the love never sleeps, hoping it sustains its strength. If I fall in love, and, when I fall in love, I'll sing a merry song, with fitting words which allure, if I fall in love, I shall blame you, only you, for you dear, are you. Up to one's ears. Listening attentively, figuring out tentatively. The buzzing of the bee, a swarm circling round a tree, the humming of fly, a squirt of insecticide and dye. The cricket whistling at night, stopping by the morning light, the wolves howl endlessly, echoing relentlessly. Dogs barking for attention, clever at prevention, meowing of the cats. Chases flies and bats. Mooing of the cows, while the bulls carouse, neighing of the horses, they oppose to racecourses. Meanwhile a crying baby I hear, the mother is nowhere near, the full moon dominates the sky, someone needs a shoulder to cry. Throughout the universe the stars twinkle, the drunkard hears his ears tinkle, the drug addict overdosed and died, his mother bereft and cried. I listened and heard, with fear my heart stirred. The libertine. The libertine very handsome guy. Women falls for his seductive charm. His long black hair inspires. He brings about sophisticated harm. He's got the eyes of the thief. He robs the hearts of the weak. Every lady sets her heart on fire. He undoubtedly behaves like a sheik. With a smile upon his lips, with both hands in the pockets, waiting for his next victim of love. Then with her, to bed he rockets. He is a scoundrel in disguise, a tempter with experience. One look at him and she gets hooked, treating him with grace, like a prince. The blonde takes him to bed, the brunette strips for him. The redhead kisses him all over, while he intrudes from limb to limb. The life of one libertine definitely needs quarantine. The story of my life. Winter was freezing, I wasn't warm, with no heating, my body I did harm, I received an unpleasant pneumonia, my sweetheart brought me a begonia. In bed I stayed for some weeks, I lost weight and developed white cheeks. The antibiotics given started to work, I felt hopeless, I felt like a jerk. The girlfriend was very sympathetic, yet I felt dismay and much apathetic. She tried to console me with a kiss or two, even with that, I had nothing to do. All I wanted is to close my eyes and sleep, I couldn't, yet I counted thousands of sheep. Probably the whiskey toddies did not benefit, I was very tired and became utterly unfit. One morning I woke and all was gone, I was strong as an ox and had to move on. My darling was happy thanking the Lord above, yet I only wanted to undress her and make love. She resisted politely, and wanted to go away. I was angry, yet pleaded with her and asked her to stay. She looked at me, and explained why she did forbid. That's the story of my life. She wanted but had the period. So I had to wait for another few days to get laid. Meanwhile, got hit by a car, and in hospital I stayed. I'd like to meet you when I'm dead. When I'm dead and gone, I like to meet you. When death comes to you, just remember this, think about the place we shall abide in, imagine even in there we could French kiss. Will you still have your alluring black eyes? Will I still have my big tummy and stay bald, expecting more beautiful things than yesteryear? Should we enjoy our company and be enthralled? I like to meet you, when I'm dead and gone, with a bouquet of roses and a bottle of champagne. I hope we enjoy the sweet scent of the nights, and may we have a whispering sensual campaign. Will you still keep kissing my head on the pillow? Will I stay awake so that your alluring body I'll touch? When we are dead, my love, shall we make love as usual? Will I be able to keep my heart loving you so much? My love, these constant thoughts consumes my mind, they absorb me and brings me much closer to you. This love I have for you is a beacon that shines forever. All I can conclude is that my words are tried and true. Poppies harbinger. Walking by a field of poppies, red, yellow and orange, I became most enchanted, when suddenly I felt a twinge. My heart, ticking, stopped, on the floor, dead I dropped. Then she laughed. I told her she meant everything to me, her face in my heart photographed. I gave all my happiness and gave it to her. I felt angry as she laughed and laughed. I loved her more than myself, from her I couldn't break free, she knew I adored her too much. I felt rejected as she laughed at me. I pulled my ears out and got deaf, I gave up my eyes and got blind, she knew I couldn't live without her, she laughed and left me behind. The woman I loved, laughed at my face, I never saw her again, she vanished without trace. Unenlightened. Incendiary form. On a shelf a book, unopened, covered in dust, intellectual knot. Leap into love. The poet who cannot sing. His words inspire the voice, motivating the piano and the violin, yet he keeps writing, has no choice. His words leaps into love, the reader acquires influence. The heart inflames and arouse, it's not a matter of consequence. The poet galvanized by the heart, it receives aid from the mind, together the composition formed, while more words he endeavors to find. Leap into love, his words articulate, motivate the singers to participate. Lying still. In triolate form. Now the body lies buried in peace, amiable heart, now in silence sleeping, the tears of the bereaved shall never cease. Now the body lies buried in peace, from his sins has a conditional release. His soul searches for an emotive meaning. Now the body lies buried in peace, in silence the amiable heart, sleeping. Unfriendly. Incendiary form. Unknown cul-de-sac, wild poppies grew in the street, neighbors next door. War's contribution. The battleship sailed along swiftly, swallowed by the grey horizon, the waves of the calm sea erupted, knowing the affliction was arising. The sailor dead, by the war's contribution, others to suffer by the invader's abuse, such tragedy brought calamity to peace, only truce must help the situation to diffuse. With tears in her eyes, the widow grieve, from this hell, comfort she tries to achieve. The dreamer. He loses his time daydreaming, the parents' anger. He's such a waste, out of work, and lazing about, unfortunately facts he never faced. Looking at himself in the mirror, imaging he's a famous matador, at the acclaimed plaza of Santa Fe, not realizing in life he's such a bore. With Havana cigars in his mouth, with sideburns and a small mustache, his dream of a South American tycoon, soon will vanish into dust and ash. He thinks he's Frank Sinatra, adored by thousands of fans, encore after encore he achieves, with audience clapping their hands. One morning he faces reality, he's shocked, finding the everything turned into cinders, alone and frightened in a devastating world. The tumultuous disaster left no time for tears. The Ark of Noah. 2 giraffes scrawling inside, that's the beginning of the story, 2 monkeys, following in, all sectioned in a simple category. A pair of snakes along with 2 eagles, a dog and a bitch, a cat and its mate, contented animals strolling through, scrutinizing well was Noah at the gate. The elephants went in taking a huge space, the horses, the cows and the donkeys, waiting for their partners to join them, more pairs of animals entered with ease. Noah closed the gate and felt too much pain. His ark was secured, as it started to rain. Ode to my tolerant heart. With you I shall not want anything, you, my heart, my esteemed succor. You make me love and respect, leading me to fidelity explore. With my heart, life restored again, made me rise above humiliation, within the path of reputability, its decency brings me elation. Yet I follow death's darkest veil, covering me with constant fear, for my heart battles with my mind, limb to limb the sharp knives tear. My body hasn't been furnished with grace, in the presence of my heart, love anticipates. With prejudice it anoints my conscience, the cup of gladness overflows and ornates. In benevolence and cordiality my heart lifts, it takes to the highest point of righteousness, builds solid foundations for pure love to stay, my habitat should void of emptiness. Love sleeps but not for long. Love has been asleep, temporary. The tolerance heart awaits the awakenings, once it meets with another compatible. The resurrection of love to life springs. Compassion from deepest emotions, empathy from endless affections, fervor from beneath the conscience, mingling together form perfect connections. When the seed of love blossoms, the heart tends with much care, it cherishes it with kindness and desire, there won't be aching and despair. With love, the heart will mature and glow, life mellows, embraces and cultivates so. Unwell. In haiku form. Boats dancing on waves, high winds from east coast blown, the stomach convulse. Enlightenment. In triolate form. Days of affinity and shine, my alluring heart faces uplifting, as another pure love answers mine. Days of affinity and shine, hosting life with music and wine, joyous and jovial thoughts illuminating. Days of affinity and shine, my alluring heart faces uplifting. By the seashore I lived. A small house by the sea I lived, where once I found contentment, smelling the peace of the waves, rolling on the drizzly embankment. Watching the tranquility of the moon, its luminous light reflecting freely. The thick fog ascends from the sea. As the night breeze rises slowly, one can hear voices in the stillness, restless gets the dead at sea, as through they call for the living, for they are death's appointee. Still I found contentment, by the drizzly embankment. You have been listening to Scars of the Past. Collected Poems by Alfred Vassallo. Preface. The past is a foreign country, they do things differently there. So wrote J.P. Hartley in his book The Go-Between. The past indicates the totality of events that occurred before a given point in time. Scars of the past is balanced with and defined by the present. Scars are pains of wounds, pains of love, pains of mourning, and self-inflicted pains. These poems were written under such pains.